name is Cypher Morrison, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. What we talking about? Bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, Doug Stockton, the Judge, and your co-host, Team DC Lucky.
What's up, everybody?
Our guest this week is Jay Holm from B2 Audio, founder, and what else do you, president or anything like that?
Well, basically, I'm founder, CEO, and I have a silent partner that basically never is in the public eye, but I'm more or less the face outwards for B2 Audio.
Okay, that's very cool. Hey, Lucky, you want to hit those people up from last week real quick?
Yeah, big shout out to Rosa Espinosa and Alan Hensley for the tips last week on our show. As you guys can see on the screen right there, we do have a tips section. And we really do appreciate that. I'll let you explain how that works, Doug, because you know all like the Cash App stuff and everything.
Yes,
so we both want to thank you guys for the tips. We really appreciate it.
Yep. So basically, we do this thing. Currently, we haven't gained any money from it. We are trying to monetize it just to help cover some of our costs. These things aren't cheap to... They're cheap to get in, but not cheap to maintain. We have a lot of time invested, equipment, and also paying for our services to run this stuff. So if you guys are willing and wanting, by no means, we're not going to put it behind a paywall. We're not going to do anything like that. But if you would like to tip us or to help keep us going and whatnot, you can hit us on Venmo at SonicFX and Cash App $SonicFX. So remember, hit the like, share button, the hearts. Let's get as many different, thumbs up, different reactions we can get. The more we help this grow, the better our community is as a whole. We're all about the car audio. We're trying to make this thing bigger and badder than it ever's been ever in history. And the only way we do that is with the help of you guys.
Smash them like buttons. Get us pumped up. Let's get this thing rolling.
That's right. Remember, as soon as we're done with this, the video portion, I post it directly to YouTube. So you can go to my YouTube channel, SonicFX Doug, or just search This Week in Car Audio on YouTube. Also, we will be out on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and any of the other ones that you guys listen to. So we'll be available on all those platforms and whatnot.
Actually, one more thing, Doug. Let me
sir.
get this out now since we're talking about what we shared to you. I shared all the car audio groups that we're a part of.
Mm-hmm.
I put a post up on Facebook this morning about it. I know I shared to a lot of groups whenever we do these. If you guys don't want us to share them to your car audio group, please DM me and let me know. And either I can delete the group to where, because what I do is I just go down and I just, hit share. Instead of reporting, if I shared a car audio group, so I would assume you guys would want stuff like this in there. But if you don't, DM me instead of reporting me and getting me blocked. I'd really appreciate that, and then I could just exit the group or whatever. So yeah, if you guys don't want us to do that, just DM me and let me know, or Doug Stockton, and we won't share to the group.
Yep, that's fine. Just real quick, while he's still sharing, we got Rosa Espinosa watching. We have Tiffany Pears. That's one of our dealers out of Barbados. I don't know if you know them, SQ Sounds, but they're a Barbados dealer.
Bridgetown, Barbados?
Yep. Santiago Martinez. Did I say? No, it's Tiffany. I don't have Tristan on here yet. Justin Stolman's watching. Chris Jenner. Rosa, Tiffany. Let's see here. Justin, Tristan Paris. There's Tristan. That's her husband. Brandy, Gary Killian. Let's see here. Who else do we got on here? Mel Valdez, Jose Estrada, Dave Bradshaw, Woody McDonald, all checking in. Guys, let us know where you're from, and we will hit you up and talk to you and you know
Make
interact
sure
with
if you
us.
guys, yeah, make sure if you guys have questions,
Yep.
please put them out there. We don't know if you don't put them out there. So if you have questions, leave them in the comment section so we could ask them.
Okay. So Justin and Gary are hanging out together. Um, they're getting a little close, holding hands. Went on a date. Trying to watch. They're watching this thing from one guy's phone. So Tiffany says she hasn't had the pleasure of meeting Jay. Alan Dante speaks highly of him all the time, though. So,
Gary Killian's in the house. What's
yep.
up? What's up?
Hey, so
All right.
speaking of that, good afternoon, Jay. Or sorry, it is very much good morning there. It's 3 a.m. where you're at, and where are you at again, sir?
Right now, I'm situated in Norway, but basically the company is from Denmark.
Okay, so it's 3 a.m. over in that part of the world, and we really appreciate you getting up and joining us for this.
Really appreciate it.
We
You're welcome.
do. Why don't you tell us about some of the competitors you support?
Well, we try to support the entire organization, but of course, spearheading the competitors is mostly in DB Drag is Alan Dante
Uh-huh.
that we have in the extreme classes. We've had a little bit of cooperation with a few shops where we had RP Patel that used to run our apps at least. And also we have our own team, which basically is not a competing team, but we have people going into the different organizations, showing up their builds, also demo builds. But in terms of true car audio, we are basically, well, we're not betting only on Alan Dante, but that's basically where we need to put most of our money at due to him being in Brazil, which is a nightmare.
But he is the loudest in the world, or at least the loudest on a meter so far, right?
So far, he is, yeah.
Where's he at right now? 85 something, isn't he?
85 plus, and I'm not allowed to say more than that.
Okay, I got you. Yep,
Okay.
I understand.
No, he's been on our show before. We talked to him a little bit, and no, Alan's an awesome dude. We actually had him, and do you know who's the guy in New Mexico? Christopher Munson. Do you know Nathan
Munson.
Munson?
Yeah.
So
Munson,
so one day we had Nathan Munson and Alan Dante on here together, and that was a good time. I mean, because so I've been a judge since 2001. I've judged Alan's car. I've judged Nathan's car. I used to compete against Nathan Munson. By the way, he was in the hospital the other day. I don't know if he's still in the hospital, but yeah, he was not looking great in the hospital, but he was at least in a good enough way that he's responding to Facebook posts while he's laying in a hospital bed. So, prayers out to Nathan Munson and get better, buddy.
Yeah.
So anyway, Alan Dante's awesome. And also one of the things we're also doing with this car audio, this week in car audio, is we want to really talk to the people who support the car audio competition side. And I know you guys have been doing DB Drag for a while. How long have you been doing that?
Well, I even used to compete myself, but it was way back in 96, 97 that I competed myself. But supporting DB Drag, did that since 2007 or 2008. So we've always had most of our logos or your logos on our products. And if not, we've tried to at least support DB Drag both locally and internationally.
There you go.
Nice.
Absolutely. They sponsor every single, like I said, World Finals. I always see their name. Their name's always going on the side of the Turn Pro website. So we absolutely appreciate you. Without companies supporting the car audio side, I mean, with YouTube and whatnot, the only way to get this out is to have people do builds. People do builds, and the only place they get to show those is at a stereo competition. Right. So we got to give them an opportunity to do that, right? So anyway, so that's where I'm at with that. Hey, you want to talk to us a little bit about your lines and whatnot, and tell us about your subwoofers and applications maybe and stuff like that?
Well, we've come up with we try to basically categorize our product lines into 3 or 4 tiers, where the first tier is called the Riot, and then we have the Rage, and then we have the Rampage. So those are the tiers, to make it easy for people instead of having numbers or
Right.
levels or whatever it is. We're a little bit inspired by, of course, one of the greater brands in car audio, Rockford, which had their Punch Power series and Prime. So we thought, well, that's a good idea. Why not do something similar to that? And there's nothing wrong being inspired by great brands.
Absolutely.
So the entry level for us is the Riot series. Is basically what we're trying to give customers the best bang for the buck, at least in terms of our brand. Uh, we have amplifiers, speakers, subwoofers. The Rage series is, well, the middle tier line, where people who want to spend a little bit more, they can get that. Also, the Rage series is probably the most comprehensive series, where we have Pro Audio, we have the full line of amplifiers and speakers. Rampage is a bit above that, where it's mostly woofers that we have there.
Okay.
Anything beyond that is basically more custom or competition grade, where people can go in and acquire something like different spider setups or surrounds or different type of cones and such. So we still do a lot custom for the customers, but of course within the different tiers, it's more standard products that we can customize if needed, but they're not really called Riot or Rage. It's mostly Rampage and up. That's where we do the custom stuff.
Okay. Um. So, what do you know how many shops you're in worldwide or United States or any of that stuff?
Ooh, well, we are an international brand, at least,
Right.
so we're trying to be represented as well as we can in the States. Andrew is my partner in the States. He's more known to, well, to all the shops there, but we have the online distributor is Sky High Car Audio, and they have their network of dealerships. So whether it's 10, 20, or 30, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that they are quite well represented in the States. And of course, they have their sub dealers as well. Um,
Right.
we're also interested, of course, in brick and mortar stores, because I still believe that that is a very important aspect of audio. It's not always easy to just purchase online when you might not even know what you need.
Right.
Right.
Sound is always about perception, and it's kind of hard listening to sound online.
Right.
Yeah, so like a brick and mortar store, for people that don't know, so the car audio industry, the competition line, that's like less than 1% of all the car audio purchased in the world. So, those guys, they know what they're looking for, they know what they want. So the brick and mortar stores are super important to a manufacturer like yourself, where somebody can come in and go to a demo wall, turn on some subwoofers or whatever they want, and kind of learn or kind of hear, like you said, sound is totally perception. So they could come in and they can listen to your equipment on your subs or your amps, and in a box, and do great. Bobby Gately, for one. Bobby
Bobby Gately.
Gately,
That's
he
what I was
Yeah,
waiting to say.
he
Yeah.
loves your stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
he
The Green
absolutely
Monster.
pushes it. Yeah. So he pushes your brand, as I'm sure you're aware of the Green Monster that he had.
sure,
I don't
sure.
know if he still has it or not. I haven't seen him, but he's a big supporter of DB Drag and our shows. He donates like his acrylic boxes and stuff to some of the events locally and
Yes.
whatnot. So, no, he's a great dude. I know he was branding, some Bobby Gately branded by B2 or something like that was going on. So that's awesome, right? So some of the people can have that as an opportunity.
He
Um,
does a great job. You got to respect his craftsmanship,
yeah,
and also his builds. Whatever he does, well, it turns almost like to unicorn builds.
Yeah, that dude's amazing. Like they're so beautiful. I'm not good with vehicles, but what's that new the truck that he just recently did?
Oh, I
The
have no
Um
idea.
bloodbath.
The what? The bloodbath. There you go. The bloodbath.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You know, and then obviously the green monster. I watched that thing literally rip the door as those were hitting. That door was just ripping like it was paper. That thing was just nasty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tristan says John Nolte's running all B2 audio also, or he's at least a big fan of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I met Nolte. That was back in CBS, I believe, in 2018.
Yeah. He's not a dumb guy, huh?
Yeah. He kind of knows he knows a couple things, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. He does.
Yeah, no, he's good people too. I've known him since before 2001. We were discussing box design and subwoofer design way back, before when I had my own sub company called Sonic FX. So we had our own line then, and John was part of the people I was getting advice from when I was putting together my company. So yeah, very handy, very helpful. I appreciate that. Hey, Lucky, you want to hit them with the our standard questions? Favorite show, all that.
Yeah, I mean, so you used to compete.
Yeah,
you used to compete. So, what was your favorite show that you've been to?
Well, I've been to quite a few shows, and especially in the States as well. But I have to say, worldwide for me, it's Slimology. That's one of the top shows that I like. Of course, I've also been to a few shows in Europe. They have a show in Italy called, at least it used to be called the Rimini Show. But still, Slimology is on my top 3 shows.
Have you been to Surf City?
Unfortunately, not yet. I was supposed to go, but since there was something called COVID.
Yeah, I've heard of that before. I've heard
exactly,
of
that. I wasn't allowed to actually travel to the States. It was only, I think it was 5 or 6 days after the show was supposed to be there, I was admitted to enter the States. But then the show was over, so it didn't really make a difference. And now the show is postponed anyway. So
yeah, I mean, I heard Slimology was just off the hook. That's something that I see the videos and everything, and I'm just like, man, But over here, Surf and CES are my 2 favorite shows.
Yeah.
But so what makes your favorite show? Like what made it for you? What was it about that show that you were just like, this is it? Love it.
It's basically it's the community, talking to the people, getting all the love there. You see different brands. You get to actually meet people that you've only seen online.
Right.
Just the fact you see all these people competing, they're out there in camps. There's not really any hate. It's just people are there for the love of car audio, and you connect with people, and you don't just connect with just a product. You connect with their spirits. You get their feedback. You take that. You might implement that in a product, but just that you're there connecting with the entire community. That's basically what I love. Also, the fact that there's no bashing. You have like DB Drag here. You have Iasker over there. You have Maker there, and it's just about car audio. It's not about which organization is the best. It's just we're here to have a great time.
Just have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, last weekend we had a triple org event. Right here in
Fresno. Mecca, Mecca, and DB Drag,
Yep.
And it was fun seeing all the cars just lining up, just going one to the other, So
exactly.
Yeah, good show.
No, so you've never even been to one of my shows, correct?
Unfortunately, not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're missing out.
My shows I hear are different than anywhere in the world.
Okay.
So we're doing actually really well here on the West Coast. Our average attendance this year was around 53 entries for a DB Drag event.
Yeah.
So that's pretty solid, right? And then we had, what are we on, like 48 shows in the last 2 years or something like that?
Whoa.
So yeah.
We have a lot.
It's very impressive.
Well, the thing was people were complaining that there's no way they could get points for World Finals, and we started the countdown as you've already missed 29 shows.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's not hard.
No.
It's not hard.
I mean, so last weekend was a 3X. The weekend before that was a 2X, or do we have a 3X weekend before that? Let's see here. Fresno 3X. Oh, no, it was nothing the weekend before, but it was a 3X the weekend before. This coming weekend, we have a 5X.
5X.
We have 2X on Saturday and a 3X on Sunday.
And then
You
after
guys need to
that,
apply that stuff in Europe, man, because in Europe, I'm not going to say it publicly, but in Europe, we are a little bit on the down low when it comes to shows, at least. So you got to kick that spirit over here to Europe.
We our shows. So California is a little different than the East Coast as far as competitor base goes. I fly out to the East Coast to help. Like I did Slamology this year. I used to do Spring Break Nationals. SPN for a few years. So I help out with all that stuff. But the people that compete on the West Coast are different in that truly the number is not what's driving them to be at the show. What's being at the show is just having a good time and hanging out with like-minded people. Absolutely, 100%. And I mean, we'll have a bunch of people demoing, which I'm sure that's everywhere, but we get people like that. I mean, literally, you can ask Gary Killian, which Gary, and so Gary, he would show up to a show. I mean, same thing with Lucky. Show up to a show, dude. I just drove 200, 300 miles just to come see you at the show and get a demo.
Yeah.
Gary, he's awesome, man. He might even come to a show, just give you some rub.
Well,
right?
so since you say that, I like a little Gary rub and all, but no, he's actually coming to the West Coast World Finals location. I got way blurry.
You got blurry.
There we go. He's coming to the West Coast location for World Finals, which is October 16, 17, and he's going to host the barbecue. He's going to cook for everybody on the West Side. He's from California here.
Mm-hmm.
So Gary says, I'll rub you. That's what Gary
I was gonna say, I can't wait to get rubbed by Gary. Shoot, I'm looking forward to it.
So Lucky's never met Gary. And I will tell
he's an awesome guy.
Oh, he is. And one thing I will tell you about Gary is when he was bringing his car out to all the shows, if you showed up and you wanted a demo, he would not leave that venue where we're having the event until every single person that was there for a demo got one. He wouldn't even load his car up on the trailer until everybody had a demo. Not everybody says that, right? And not that they're bad for, hey, man, I got things to do. But, Gary went above and beyond as a competitor.
That's what's bumming me out right now in my situation is everybody's like, oh, I can't wait to hear the piggy bank. I can't wait to get to surf. And I'm low on battery bank right now. So now that I got both 16Ks hooked up, I'm like, my battery's going whoop. So I told everybody, hey, you might get like a 3 to 5 second demo and that's it, but also finals coming up. I just don't have the battery to support giving out demo after demo. But before this, I was fine. I gave demos all day long, and it's fun. So I can't wait to get some more batteries in there and be able to give demos all day like I used to.
Yeah, well, when you almost triple your power, your batteries ain't keeping up.
Yeah. Need a little more battery to help that out. Yeah.
No,
at least you have lithium right now, or
right.
Yes,
which is a huge game changer in the industry.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So when I used to compete back in '98 through 2002-ish, the AGMs were starting to kind of do their thing. We were learning how to train the AGMs, right? So you can train them to get a little higher voltage out of them. And dude, they would get some stanky if you little overtrain them, right? So
even to change the form.
Yes, yeah, they might change form a little bit. Lucky had a little scare the other day. He's talking on the phone and he hears "pow." He's like, "Oh crap, what was that?" I go, "That might have been one of your lithium batteries."
One of the cells,
like
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was totally strange. Heard that pow, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me!" I wasn't even playing my music, nothing at all. I was on the phone, and just bang! I said, "Oh my god, don't let that be an amp, not again!" And I look back there, my amps are still on. There's nothing to protect. Everything's working. My voltage is high, and even right now, I don't know what's going on, where the pop came from. I talked to a few people about it, and they're like, an amp can pop a cap and still play, but they say go burp. If you go burp and it's one of your cells, or if it's a cap pop, then you'll know when you burp. Now I'm listening to them because I'm not the technical guy,
Yep.
I actually go out and burp this morning. I got my new personal best. I gained a 10th. So
Hey.
I burped it again and I know it don't count unless at a show, but
That's right.
I knew it was coming.
You know how many people set their personal best in their garage?
In their garage, yeah, right.
Garage scores,
That's right.
man.
Hey, man, everybody, you just send us in your best score from the garage, and we'll decide who the winner is.
Right.
Exactly.
So I backed it up. I did a 58.9. I backed it up with the 58.8, and I just left it at that. I was like, okay, then we're good, But that's the one good thing. Besides elevation, right? When I test here in a parking lot by my house, any show I go to, I hit that number. So that's the one good thing. But I totally get it. Garage score don't count. So, but
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, have you seen Wayne Harris's new thing with the winner's edge?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we had Rob Collar on last week talking about the winner's edge, demonstrating to us. I mean, back when you used to compete, how helpful would that have been?
Right.
Dude.
I just remember when I used to compete, we had actually we weren't really that happy, but we were able to borrow a mic. Because we were still on the old mic system.
Linear X or whatever you can get, audio control, Linear X, whatever was there, right?
Well, we had an audio control, and at least we were able to see if we gained something. That one too as well. We're able to see if
that's
we
my
gained
buddy.
something.
Oh, his score is much higher.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Even changing the K factors just to make it look even a little bit better, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, these young guys, they don't know nothing about changing no K factors. I mean, honestly, even the term labs, we were fixing K factors up until 2014, 2016, before he started sending all his mics out with the standard K factor built into them. Now we don't change that at all. We used to get the sensors, and right on the side of the sensor it'd say K factor 178.0, whatever it is. And you match up your K factors, and that's what us as judges would put in the cars. We'd always try and use the same K factor so that numbers were as consistent. But, I mean, honestly, you've been around this for a long time. How far has Wayne taken the car audio stuff? I mean,
he's gone above and beyond, because just from the 90s, where it was basically more like anything goes, more or less, he standardized the rules. Yep. So even though, of course, there will always be gray areas in the rules, and some people are maybe a little bit better reading through the rules, bending a little bit here and there. But I'll have to say that now, if it was like that back then, I think we would have been even larger now, because just the fact that what they've done with the two rules now, also that they don't really change every year, but that they have like an intermediate year and then we might change it afterwards. I've always been an advocate for that. So for me, seeing that they actually put that into place, I think that's awesome. Instead of just, we have to rebuild every year. Now it's like, no, here's the rules, and that will change the following year. So I think that's awesome. And just the fact that we have a standard now that we can go through, and you have the classes. Basically, you don't need to be the loudest. You can go in the wattage classes, which might have been dominated by little of the wrong people at times. But still, it's a learning curve, and you open up new classes and new events. The base race, for instance, was awesome when that came as well. Cyclone, he just keeps on coming with stuff. Exactly.
Yep.
I'm bummed that I can't do Cyclone. Well,
no, you aren't.
I can't say that I can't do it, but I'm just scared to right now. Until I learn this new setup, get it going, and get the battery, I'm not messing with it at all. After finals, I think I'll be set up proper, and then I'm gonna give it a try again.
At 20 hertz?
No, not 20 hertz. But
because we got the king of Cyclone watching us, he'll tell you all about it. That's Gary Killian.
Okay,
he's the king of Cyclone.
So that was one thing I did that every show, and I loved it. So I do miss doing that.
Yeah. So tell him about your favorites and why. Lucky.
Tell him? Tell Jay? Oh, well, Top Dog. I love Top Dog. Perfect example. Scott Lanke, shout out to you for this one. So we was at the show last weekend. And let's see. So it's obviously, about this is based on a point system. So I go up against him.
Jay, are you familiar with Top Dog then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, Lucky.
So let me see if I could get the wording out right here. So I go against Scott in the very beginning. It's just me and him, and I bust, right? So I get out, and he goes against everybody. I got like 2,000 points or something like that. He ends up getting over, I want to say 20 something thousand, if I'm not mistaken, right? So now we come up. He's at the advantage right now where he could just take the win. He could either just, do a 29 whatever and just take the win. So I roll up and I go, hey, Scott, play me straight up. Don't, you can take the points if you want, but just play me straight up right now. He goes, you want to go straight up? I go, hey, if you would, that'd be cool. So he does it. And we tied, and then he busted, and I won.
Yeah, so, there you go.
And I won the $100, and I just love that. I like the whole point system with that, because you can be dead last and then take first place at the end,
Exactly.
So, yeah. And what I did, and because I've done this so many times, when I know that I'm going, not to toot my own horn, I'm decent at Top Dog and Base Race, and there's several other people like Justin Hinkey, Scott Lanky, Chris Jenner, Angelo Trujillo.
Don't forget Brian
Nyman, absolutely. There's a handful of guys that are just like Tyler Bailey that are just surgical with it, right?
Mm.
Anytime I'm going against these guys, and let's say operator error, forgot to turn the song on the volume up or whatever it is, we usually will tell each other like, hey man, I forgot to have my bass amp on, or I hit the wrong button. So we always tell each other, hey, let's rerun it, because I don't want to win that way. I don't want to win that way. I'm sure they don't want to win that way. A couple people do, but so now here, let me tell you something. So when we get done and I won, I walk up to him because this is only fair, right? And then at the end, I was like, damn, I really just put it out there like that. So what I did was I told Scott, I said, hey man, he gets out, we're laughing, I know he's kind of like, shit, I could have just took the win, but I shake his hand and I go, check it out, man. That was righteous of you to do that. So if somehow, some way, me and you in finals end up together and I win, I'll give you your run backs. Just that way it's being fair. And I'll tell you what,
that won't happen at finals.
Oh, really?
There's no way in hell.
Really? They won't let you rerun it?
Oh, hell no.
Hey, Doug. So listen.
There's a 5X this weekend is all I'm saying.
So listen to this. I really would have done a run back with him.
I know.
But let me tell you how happy I am that you just said that, because it would suck to know I have a ring now and then have to do it again. But I would have, because I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna do it and then back out. But man, let me tell you, sorry Scott, if we end up in the lanes together at finals and I win,
game on.
Game over, bro. Like but yeah,
no, it's Top Dog's a great thing. Us over here on the West Coast, we do part of your entry fee to Top Dog goes back to the winner, so it's a winner take all. We've been having really good participation in these last couple events, giving away $80, $100, $110 to the winner for competing in Top Dog. The trophies we do on the West Coast, first place at a 1X event's like 28 inches tall. That's a pretty big trophy. Have you ever been to Oki's Mamu or whatever it is?
Yeah, well, I haven't been to any of his shows, but I know who he is, the Big Okie. But I've been to a few shows internationally. Actually, I even went to the States in 2006 to compete. Okay. Unfortunately, our truck got held up in customs, so we never really made it to World Finals to compete. But we were there with Chris Norris, and we slept at his house. And hey, Chris, you owe me $20, by the way.
hey, pals on the screen.
We call him exactly. Nor Ass for a reason, right?
Yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so actually, Lucky and I and Rob Collar last week were actually talking about this, that people back in the day trying to get their cars here. So could you tell us the process from overseas trying to get a car to compete at World Finals back when we only had one finals location in the whole world?
It was quite a pain in the ass for us, at least, because we were from Denmark, which isn't far from Germany. We were connected with Germany, so we had to ship the car from Denmark to Germany in a trailer, and then it had to go by boat to the States, and it came into, I think it was New Jersey or something, or I think it was New Jersey. It came, and that was basically 1 or 2 months prior. We had to start arranging this because by sea it takes ages. So I think it was 2 months prior that we had to
Wow.
start that we had to start preparing this. So that basically meant that, hey, everything needed to be okay. You had to make sure that your batteries were on point, and of course everything had to be, well, we didn't have to pull all the gear out, but at least make sure that everything in terms of electrical was on point, was charged, and also, well, you had to take out some of the electrical connections as well because of some
Right.
safety stuff
Yeah,
within
right.
the container and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But it was quite costly, very costly. At least I think it was, back then it was at least $10,000 each way just to get
10,000
the
US.
Uh,
yeah, and that was back in the early 2000s.
well, did you win $1 million if you won? Like,
Yeah,
A
Jeez.
sure.
motorcycle. That one year they had the motorcycle for
Jeez.
the death match, right?
That's insane.
It was just the fact you were able to go to world finals that drove us, because we made the points that we needed to, and we were invited. We got the plaque that we were actually invited to world
Right.
finals.
Invite
So-
started today, by the way, for
Yeah,
your
I just-
competitors.
Yeah, I just got my invite. It does feel good, but man, to have that way back then like that must have really been
So
cool.
so back in
Yeah.
the day he's talking about, it was only the 15 loudest in the world got the invite. And you had to have the top. So you had to be it's twofold. You had to be the top 15 in points and the top 15 loudest.
Well,
just
I'd
to
be
get
okay
an
in the
invite.
points. I'd
Yeah.
be okay on the point part. I don't know about the loudest, but
So
points I got covered.
you know, you had to be a top 15 in your class in the world, and we would fill the classes. We would have
Yeah.
15 people for every class show up.
Wait
to
a minute.
finals.
Wait a minute. So I just checked the other day, and I think I'm 11 in the world.
There you go. You would have
and,
made it.
And 13 in the other one. If I wanted to go like 3-4,
Yeah.
Super Street 3-4, and I think no wall. So I checked it out, and I think I'm 11 and 13 or something like that. So I would have been good.
Yep.
There
I'd
you go.
have been good. I'd have been putting my shit on a boat and trains and on planes, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that would have been awesome.
The only thing that wasn't awesome was basically when the car got locked up in the
Container.
port. Yeah, exactly. Locked up in the container and wasn't even let out. So
Yeah.
that really sucked. Walking down there, they even had the plaque for where we're supposed to park. We just saw, okay, well, this was where we were supposed to park, but the car wasn't there. It really sucked. It really sucked.
Man.
And we would have caused some havoc as well back then.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, the people from the northern Europe, there's some loud people from there. You know, you guys had that Volvo up there too.
Yeah.
Dude, that Volvo was loud.
Team Loud.
Team Loud. That's why their name was Team Loud, right?
They are loud, man.
Yep. So I remember going in Team Loud's doing an inspection for a World Finals record run, and they literally there's so much pressure inside that extreme vehicle, it would shear motors off of the subs every run. And they had spare subwoofers because you'd literally go in there and there would be like 2-3 motors sitting on the ground.
Wow.
But when honestly, they were like one of the first guys to really work the extreme band pass type setup. You know, so why? Hey,
They figured it out first.
yes, they did. Hey, Steve Willis, if you're watching us, we're freaking live, dude. We don't got time to listen to your text for me. So
Yeah, somebody was messaging me saying that they couldn't see it or something like that.
yeah, I'm watching it second screen. It seems to be working just fine. So
Let me get some shout outs. We got Chris Jenner, we got Mel, Valdez, Jose Estrada, Dave Bradshaw, Woody McDonald's, Rosa Espinoza, Gary Killian, Justin Stolman.
yeah, that's Gary
Tristan.
Killian.
Oh, Justin? Justin is Gary Killian?
Yeah,
What's
'cause
up?
Remember, I told you they're holding hands, watching it
I
on their
gotcha.
phone.
Gotcha. So I'm probably just going to be saying hi to the same people that you already
Yep.
said hi to.
Josh Tate 2 just popped in.
Okay. well, there goes that. Does any Ray Massis is in the house?
Yep.
Stockton guy like myself.
Mhm.
Has anybody got any questions, man? Throw them out there.
Yep.
Um,
So another thing. So did your I don't remember which year it was. I believe it was 2005 or 2006. Somebody shipped their vehicle and they got it out of the container and it was empty.
Oh,
That wasn't yours, right?
no, fortunately not.
Oh, okay.
We were able to get our car back, but it took 4 months or so before we got it back.
Wow. Yeah, that's the other part, right? That people aren't even thinking about. That was just to get the car here. Then you had to
Yeah.
find. So what these guys used to have to do is they would have to find a friend, a buddy, Norass or somebody,
Yeah, Norris, I like that one.
somebody, and they would have to go over to the port and actually pick it up for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they would have to store it at their house, and then the guys would fly in from overseas. They put the car back together complete because it wouldn't come like it wouldn't be able to pull out of the
Pull out and get in
container and
lanes.
start
Yeah.
competing. You still had
Right.
a lot of work to do putting it together. So they would come in, they would fly in, they would put it together, and then they would compete. They would get it back. They would drop it off at Norass's house or whoever's again, and then he would have to get it to the port for them, and then it would take another 60 days, 90 days for them to get
Jeez.
it back home. So you would lose 4 to 6 months of your car just gone to compete at
Wow.
World Finals.
Wow.
So, I mean, that was something a lot of people didn't think about. Oh, yeah, you just ship your car over. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
yeah, sure.
But now that means that 6 months that car's gone. That's the extreme end. A lot of times it was in the 4-month range. That was a really
Yeah.
common time frame. But yeah. So you're for that 4 months you can do zero testing. You can't improve your system.
Right.
can't
Right.
test
It's,
nothing.
it's done. Yeah.
So I mean that there alone is huge because they're at a disadvantage. They're lost 1/3 of the year, just gone. 1/3 to
Yeah,
one
and-
half of the year.
And the fact is also you see your competitors. Oh well, we're still testing. They're
Oh, yeah.
gaining something, and you're gonna like.
Oh,
well,
look at
I
this!
Can't really
I
test
gained
anything.
5/10 today.
And so that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say is, you're doing all this testing over there, and then you got to ship it over here. I mean, that's all that time for testing is just down the drain. So
Yes.
when you guys, yeah, wow, my gosh. Yeah, what?
So
Hats off to you guys.
yeah, so Big Okie, what he would do is he would just fly here, rent a car, go to World Finals, and literally build the car at World Finals and compete.
Who was that?
The Big Okie.
Big Okie.
Oh, okay. I don't know him
Big
yet.
Okie,
Yeah.
so his name is what's his name? Michael Mueller. His name is
Michael Mueller. Yeah.
So
Cheesecake Mueller.
so Mike is an awesome dude. So he would take holiday and he would come to the United States every year, and he would literally travel across the country and meet DB Draggers, and he would stay at my house every year. Really, really awesome guy. But he's going through some family stuff. He's got stuff going on with his family, and then COVID isn't good for him or his family. But he says once all this stuff gets leveled out and we're all good again, he'll come and do our show.
Nice.
There's not many people. So his thing was he had a coffee cup and he'd do a thumbs up and go and take a picture while somebody's burping 170 on him inside the car.
He's probably the perfect meme guy, man.
Oh yeah. But he was meme guy before memes were a thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So hey, there's the question. Do you want to hit that one up, or it's from Dave Bradshaw?
All right. Let's see if I can find it. I know. What does B2 stand for?
Well, people might say it stands for better
Be Too Loud?
bass.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, be too loud. Yeah, that came a little bit later, but we started out as a better bass.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's basically what we started out as, but it's also an acronym for B square because my other partner, his name is Benjamin, and I go by the name Ben, which I never actually use anymore. So because my dad's name is also Ben, so and I'm Junior, and it just turned into J because once you turn 18, you're not really that much of a junior any longer. So.
Huh.
Hey, my son's the 4th. He'll always be
See, even better. You have the fourth. We don't really do that over here in Europe, though. But still, hey.
Yeah, they do in England.
Yeah,
John
exactly.
Nolte jumped in. Yo, I made it. So he's finally in the house.
Yeah.
Did he bring his beard?
Right? Did you bring the purple beard with you?
In his icon, he's purple with the purple beard. That's a good thing. So what is your favorite build? Do you have a favorite build that you've seen one of the guys put together and all that stuff?
Oof, it's hard to say because I've seen so many awesome builds, and some of these builds aren't even with our products, which kind of sucks. But it's really hard to say because there are builds in so many different categories. You have builds in DB drags that are like awesome. Then you have demo builds that are awesome. So it's kind of hard for me to say which ones are the best. But personally, I like demo builds. I really love, you can go in there, you can hear the music, and you can just feel everything. Whereas DB drag builds, I have the utmost respect for them. I love it myself because I used to compete, but in terms of audio friendliness for the audience, I believe demo builds are a better way to get out there and to get more attention.
For sure.
Not all people understands a huge tank that goes like, and then they see a score. What's up with that?
I talk about that all the time. My first competition I ever went to, people heard my stereo. Oh man, you compete? And I said, what do you mean compete? You know, I knew nothing about it. And they said, yeah, your stereo's loud. I said, in my brain, I'm thinking, well, there's got to be people way louder than me. And they go, yeah, but they put you in your own in classes with other people like you. You know, they have your similar setup. So I went to my first show, and I go there, and I'm thinking that, you know, do we just pull up and we turn our music on, and people are gonna be like, oh, he's the loudest. I had no idea. And I pull up, I'm watching, and I hear, yeah, you know, and I'm looking around, and I see the next guy pulling the lane, same thing, yeah. And I told one of the guys that I just met, actually a good friend of mine now, Santos, from Team SSC. I said, what are they doing? He said, they're burping right now. They call it burping. And I kind of got turned off by it at first. You know, I was like, this ain't what I expected, you know, but I went up there, I did it. I took first place against myself. There was nobody else there in my class. I went to another show. There's people I went against there, and I took first, and that's when I got bit by the bug. It was fun.
It's addictive, man.
Now I understand, though, that you know, the work that goes into getting that you know, that high of a number. Now I get it, and it's like I have a lot of respect for it now, but still I am more on the demo side. I'm trying to get higher numbers, but I couldn't do just a you know, SPL driven vehicle. I couldn't do it.
I had to explain to him actually the other day how I mean, he's heard it, but I don't think he quite understood it, that, you know, SPL numbers are exponential. So the difference in a 150 and a 153 is way, way different. That's 3 dB difference. That's hugely different than the difference in a 160 and a 163. Because the amount of power you have to create to get that 3 dB difference is unbelievable amounts of power. So when Alan Dante's talking about, I gained 2/10 today, dude, that's an amazing amount of acoustical energy he's built up in that car. In, you know, I mean, just unbelievable amounts. And people just don't understand that. I mean, that's geeking out a little bit, but you know.
Yeah, that's where I got, you know, they got my attention to learn how to do all that stuff. I was just blown away how much work and testing goes into that, and money, just ripping stuff apart, you know, start over. Like, man, yeah.
The issue is also, once you basically get that loud, let's say you're near 180 or beyond, you get something called the compression points, which basically,
which basically just out.
You're just maxed out, and then you got to think about, how can I get this more efficient?
Right.
Power will only get you that far, and you start ripping stuff up, and you go like, maybe I need to rebuild my enclosure, maybe I need to do this, and maybe I need to do that. And that's also where it changes your perception, that it's not only power, it's the brand supporting you. Is your brand supporting you? Can they give you the right parts? Can they guide you? Can you work with them? Can they work with you? Because there's a lot of great gear out there, but you need a strong team to be able to go through those numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
Yep.
definitely. That's that. Like I said, that stuff's way harder than people think. And that's why I love Cyclone, because Cyclone is really like, if you never if you never heard of car audio competition, Cyclone is, in my mind, what somebody that's never been to one thinks of. So it's great we
Yeah.
have that as a format so
Yeah.
that people can see what it is. And then so I'm very, very interactive with the crowd, with the competitors, all that stuff. So my big thing is, I know Fauna, okay, so we got a guy named Fauna. Was it Low Hurt? No. Team Flex, no, not Flex Issues.
Noisy Boys.
Yeah, Noisy Boys Fauna. Fauna comes in. Dude, he's an awesome dude. Kind of like Gary, he's quiet. And he's just there to have a great time, right? So Fauna comes in, and I go, for all you guys that don't know, because you have to open the driver door, right? For Cyclone, fully open the driver door. I go, for you guys that don't know, you guys need to stand right there behind that door.
Yep.
And feel what 20 hertz feels like at 156, 157 dB.
Yeah.
And it will tickle you in a way you've never been tickled before.
Yeah. See, if my first show would have been something like that, seeing Cyclone going, that would have changed my whole perspective. I'd have been like, hey, there we go. There we go.
But so Top Dog, they call me the auctioneer, right? They say I'm like an auctioneer, right? Because in
Base
Top
race
Dog and
and
Base
Top
Run,
Dog.
I'll do 9.2, 9.2, 9.2, 9.3, 9.3, 9.4, 9.5. And I get into that, and I'm back and forth and telling everybody scores. And, I'm really into it because, in all honesty, I believe I'm the what we're doing is the entertainment for the day.
Exactly.
So let's approach it as entertainers, and let's approach it as we're there to have fun. And like I tell Lucky, right? I tell Lucky and the other competitors, hey, jump out, shake somebody's hand. Hey, good job. Whether it's, especially like if it's a first time guy, somebody that for instance, I mean, Lucky, share with him your little story about Andrew McCain. So I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This is honestly what I'm talking about right here.
Okay, so I missed some of what you were saying there. Something's going on my phone, but my story with Andrew McCain, when it came down to help judge, because he was helping judge that time, right? He wasn't just up there in the booth. Okay, so it's my first time at finals. I think it was 2018, I believe is what it was.
Yeah.
And he's got rings all over his hands, and I was doing real well, doing Top Dog and base race, and just the way my system was set up, I don't know. That thing was just, I was using like a LC1 bass knob, and I was just on point. I was holding like 39 nines, like a long time. And it comes to a point where he actually comes down from the podium, and he takes a few of his rings off and he puts them on my hand. And he goes, you can do it. Stay calm. Because I have anxiety when I'm out in public. I get some anxiety. And that was my first time competing at finals. I'm better with it now, but back then I was real shaky. But anyway, he puts those rings on my fingers. I get in the car and I hit my spot, right? And I'm doing a 39.9. And I actually let go of the bass wheel. And I'm banging on the window so that the guys can see. I'm showing off now. I'm like, oh, I'm all happy. I'm cocky. And I'm showing everybody, look, I'm not even touching it. And I'm dancing in there. Yeah. And I let it go on my lap and hit the bass wheel and I popped. Broke my heart. I had such a good chance.
You had a ring.
I had a ring if I would have just paid attention. But I just thought, man, this thing ain't going nowhere. I'm steady. It's going nowhere.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
lesson learned.
Everything can happen in the lane.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was getting at too. Also was, so Lucky, brand new competitor as far as World Finals goes. Andrew McCain, high-end veteran. I mean, he's got rings on every finger and then some, okay? Between USAC and DB Drag, the guy's multi-time world champion. Just unbelievable what the guy's done, right? And he took the ring off his finger and said, Lucky, I want you to wear these.
Yeah. I think it was like three or four of them.
Yeah.
Three or four of them.
So in reality, if you're a new guy to, like Lucky, was new to World Finals that year, what that perception that's given to him on that is, dude, I'm part of this.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was like, no lie. I was scared to have them on my hands. Like, it was like, that was just such an honor. Did not feel like I even like deserved it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a new guy, and this dude's putting these rings on my finger, the championship rings.
Yep.
You know, and then I'll tell you what, I felt like shit because here this guy is who's like, here, you can do this, stay calm, do this, and then I go get cocky and I lose, and it was just like, fuck.
It's part of the game. Everything can happen in the lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this time I'll tell you this go round, if somebody shoots a ring for me to wear, I'm taking it in all, even if they don't, I'm taking it all serious and I'm putting my A game on. So I can't wait. I'm super pumped.
All right. Jay, we're running up on an hour. That's gonna, our time with you is pretty good. You can hang out and talk with us about World Finals if you like, because we got to end this in an hour and a half. So, or you can head off. I know it's 4 o'clock. That's a.m. for you people that don't know. It's 4 a.m. your time. So, did you want to go, or do you want to hang out and talk about World Finals a little bit?
I can do another 5 minutes, and probably need to.
Okay, we'll let you go then. But we appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
Anybody?
You're welcome, guys.
B2 Audio. Where can they find your stuff online? Where can they find some of our dealers and whatnot? Where can they?
Instagrams, anything.
Yeah.
Well, we have Instagram is basically at B2 Audio. Very easy there. Facebook.com/B2 Audio. Go on the website b2audio.com.
Keep it simple. Yep.
Exactly. The online dealer, Sky High Car Audio, which should be known to most of the people.
Especially on the West Coast.
Yep. John Robbie. Yep.
Type in B2 Audio on the interweb. Something should pop up at least.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
We should be fairly easy to get a hold of, and also on the Facebook groups. It's usually it's me or someone else that are close to me who's responding. So we're always trying to be direct with the customer. So it's not just like, he might never respond, or it's just a bug.
Right.
It is. So shoot us a message. We'll try to reply as fast as possible. And hey, we're there for the people, man.
Yeah, so if you guys want some B2 Audio, walk into your local stereo shop and ask them for it, right? That's that brick and mortar.
Exactly. Start requesting.
Yep, start requesting, and then they'll have to request it, right? As long also with the B2 Audio for our stereo shop owner people that watch these shows. How is the points? Are your points pretty solid? You got a full lineup, so you got subwoofers, amplifiers, mids and highs. What you have a full lineup, or wiring, sound deadener? What do you have?
Well, we used to have wiring and sound deadener, but since we have a very great partnership with someone who already does that, we were like, nah, I think we should leave that to those people, because they're probably better at what they do. But we have a little bit of RCAs, but usually it's subwoofers, speakers, amplifiers, a little bit of apparel. So we have like hats and tees and stuff like that. But tweeters, of course, pro audio. So we're more or less like 100% on a build, at least, if you want to do that. But in terms of powering and cables and stuff like that, I would rather go and say that they should purchase that at our distributor, like Sky High Car Audio.
Okay, cool.
Or someone else.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Definitely promote promote the people who promote you, right?
That's what I would say. Yep.
So always promote the people. Anyway, once again, hey, thank you for coming in, Jay. We
You're
really
welcome,
appreciate you taking your time. It was great hearing about
sir.
your product line. I honestly was not familiar with B2, other than I know John Nolte and Bobby Gately really promote the hell out of your stuff. John Robbie also. All those
Good
guys.
people.
Yeah, all those guys promote the hell out of your stuff, so it must be decent. If they're pushing it, right?
And one more question.
Sure.
What is your definition of a bass head?
Oh yes, that's our favorite.
Ooh, definition of a bass head?
Yep.
Is more or less someone that would almost miss their wife's childbirth just to go to a show.
That's a new one. Yeah, but definitely makes sense. Yeah.
Exactly. That's basically that. Or also a guy that basically, when he hears a vehicle, he's like turning around, just checking where's the bass from.
Oh, I got that. I can beat that.
Exactly. That one there.
Yeah. Turn that on a little louder because I'm going to show you what loud really is in a minute.
Right. Yep.
Exactly.
Hope that ain't all you got.
Right
on. Well,
all
I
right.
appreciate you coming on.
Yep.
You're welcome,
so
man.
Jay,
Take care,
just on the
guys,
bottom,
and,
you hit the leave button, and but thanks. We really appreciate you coming on, sir.
You're welcome, guys.
All right.
Take
Have
care.
a good night.
Yeah.
All
Bye.
right, bye-bye. All right, so let's go over here and let's talk about World Finals. All right, so here's a big deal. Guys, all smash that like button, smash that love button. Oh, man, I forgot. I didn't put that same thing up on this page with the tips. Talk about the tips for a second while I pull up the other information we need. Lucky.
All right. So if you guys want to shoot a tip, it could be $1, it could be 5,000. We prefer 5,000, $10,000, anything. No, any tip helps. You can, let's see here. Oh, it went away. So now I'm not even gonna be able to say them.
At Sonic FX and $sign Sonic FX.
Okay. Was there any other ones?
Nope.
I was looking.
Cash App.
Okay. Cash App.
And Venmo.
Okay, so since you guys can go to the beginning where you'll see the tip spots up there, and what do they do, Doug? Do they just click on it?
Or they can't click on it.
They can't click on it.
It has my Cash App and my Venmo name, so you guys just go on there on the Venmo Cash App and donate to us. But make sure you put in there tip or podcast or something. That way we know we share it equally. We share in the responsibility equally, so we share in the rewards equally.
Yes, sir. We really, really appreciate it. Like you said, the stuff is not free. We are taking time out of our days to promote everything, keep everything going, talk about car audio. We really appreciate it. It is still free, so you don't have to donate anything or tip or whatever you want to call it.
We have no reason to put it behind a paywall, any of that stuff.
Right. You can still check us out on all the other platforms, iHeartRadio, iTunes. What's the other one? YouTube, Spotify, obviously Facebook, Sonic FX. It's just one of those things where if you guys want to help out, it's much appreciated, and we thank you for the support once again. Rosa Espinoza and Alan Hensley, thank you guys for last week's tips. We really appreciate that.
We did. All right, so for you guys that didn't see, we had Wayne Harris posted this morning and said, hey, they're starting to send out invitations. Lucky already mentioned he got his. That's great, right? So we're starting to get invitations out there. So here's the deal. Registration will open at 9 p.m. CST. That is the same time that that is right now. It actually opens up on Wednesday, September 15th. So 7 o'clock Western time, which is Pacific time. This is a big deal. This is the same thing we do every year. Qualifying at the finals will be the reverse order based on the registration order. So the first to register is the last to qualify. Very big deal in base race.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
So if you guys haven't already, get your membership and your DB Drag membership. So get your DB Drag membership and go and register because they can't send out an invitation if you aren't a DB Drag member. So go online, get your membership. So that's one of the big deals I wanted to bring up. So you compete in the opposite order that you register. So if you're the last one to register, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Alan Dante. That means you're first in the lane to run. Real simple. Okay? If you plan on competing in both locations, you must register for each location separately. That's for people like Moses that's going to drive all the way back east and then drive back here.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Me too.
And not only that, now, don't forget that over here, they're going to get the West Coast ring if they win. Okay, go ahead.
I'm coming still. So you must register for each location. You may still, let's see, but you have, let's see, for that invitation. Are you sure you will meet the requirements for an invitation? But you have not met those requirements yet. You may still register in order to secure a position in the qualifying schedule. So if you're sure you're going to get the points, you can register before you get your points. Points cutoff is September 19th. Okay? That's when we're doing our 3X over here in California. So that's important information. yeah, so although the cost for producing the event has risen drastically since 2019, we are pleased to announce that the registration fees will remain the same. He wants to extend gratitude to all the supporters. So here's the big deal. Okay, so pay attention to this, guys. This is super, super important.
Super.
Okay, so if you register before October 1st, that is before October 1st is too late.
Too late.
It is $160, so it's $100 plus $60 per format. If you wait till October 1st through October 3rd, it is $150 plus 60 per format. If you wait till the 4th through the 6th, $200 plus 60 per event. Then the final is after October 6th, $250 plus $60 per format. So the difference is if you register September 30th, if you register Thursday, September 30th, you will pay $160 for one class. If you wait all the way till October 7th, which is Tuesday, that $160 turns into $310.
And wash my car.
So that I wanted to get to you guys was super important. The registration includes entry fee, gate fee for the contestant. Want to be very clear, that's for the vehicle and the contestant on the gate fee. T-shirt for the contestant only. Badge with lanyard for the contestant. Barbecue dinner for the contestant, and overnight parking. Well, so on the East Coast, I am not super familiar with what's going on there 100%, but I will tell you what's going on the West Coast. The West Coast, we will have Gary Killian coming over here, bringing his rub. He's going to rub us all down on the West Coast. So he's going to do barbecue. We're looking at...
He's gonna rub our steaks down.
He's going to rub us down. We're looking at tri-tip right now and some other meats to get it out there. So Gary's the chef. He tells me what to buy, I go buy it. It's plain and simple, right? So whatever Gary wants to do, he's going to bring this stuff for you, right? We're also going to offer an opportunity on the West Coast, I believe, for people that came as pit crew or spectators to buy into the barbecue. So we haven't worked all those details out yet, but I believe we are going to have that as an option out there. So Rosa, you aren't going to starve. We're going to give you an opportunity to buy them. Also, Woody McDonald said he sent us a tip, by the way.
Thank you, Woody. Appreciate it.
Here it up right now. I'll tell you what it says.
He says, "Don't run with scissors." It says, "Don't run with scissors in your hand."
Yeah, $30 tip from Woody.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
That. Also, on the West Coast location, for you guys that may be traveling from the East to the West and being part of this, we are going to also have Rosa's asking for a discount on the food. Well, Gary's going to be out here without his wife, so that's something you might want to work out. No, just playing. He absolutely adores Leslie. He would never do anything to jeopardize his relationship with her, 100%. Anyway, there's camping at $0 extra. So you can camp at the West Coast location right out in front of the racetrack at $0.
No deers and no bears, so you're safe.
Yeah, it's in the middle of Sacramento, so there's not a whole bunch of anything. I mean, there might be some bullets flying from Nyman's shop, but that's a long ways away. That's like 4 or 5 miles away. So if they make it over to you, they're not going to be much more than a little hit, little bee sting. So, but anyway, so that's what we got for World Finals coming up. So if you guys are even slightly considering, remember, we almost lost the World Finals on the West Coast.
Yes.
Let's not lose it. Let's show these people. You should. I mean, let's show the East Coast. We have higher participation at our events than they do on the East Coast at a 1X event.
Right.
I had a 1X event, 3X event this year that was bigger than their participation at World Finals last year, or 2020. Well, whenever 2019. So
Yep.
that was the participation we had. So the people are here that
Yep.
we can show up and show out.
Yep.
Let's earn a little respect. Top Dog and Base Race, dude, we can kill people at that. There
Yep.
aren't very many people in the whole world that get the opportunities that you guys do in Top Dog and Base Race, as far as opportunities to run head to head against somebody, right? So let's show up, show out, and let's freaking handle this stuff.
Yep.
So I'm gonna head over here real quick to the calendar. I got the calendar up. So looking at the calendar for September, we have next weekend, which is the end of the season. We have Spruce Grove, Alberta. Oh, that was last weekend. That's right. We had that Fresno 3X, Tennessee 2X last weekend, Czech Republic, Russia. Mexico, Baja, Mexico. They were texting me from their show to kind of help out. How many points needed for freestyle? I don't know that freestyle is going to be offered at World Finals, to be honest.
Hey,
with
how
you.
are you gonna come up in here last 2 seconds talking about how many points you need for freestyle?
Dude, you don't get points. You got to earn your points.
You ain't even seen you in a year.
I know. I mean, all the teams sending guys out there, and we still don't see them at a show.
Right.
Come on.
Talk about captain.
Yeah. So, this weekend on Saturday, there's a 3X in Georgia, 3X in Texas, 3X in Michigan, 2X in Sacramento, Lebanon, Tennessee 1X, and also Czech Republic. Then on Sunday, final day for the points, we have a 3X in Sacramento. Lebanon or Lafayette, Indiana is going to have a 2X. Grapevine, Texas, last chance to get points there. They've had a ton of shows lately. So it's a 4X weekend for them. So Grapevine, Texas. If you guys don't know where that's at the Crossfire Car Audio, put on by Jeffrey. Jeffrey's an awesome dude, very helpful, whatnot. So final weekend for points. Once again, Sacramento, Indiana, Texas, and Tennessee. Then, the U.S. kind of slows down because we start getting ready for World Finals. We got stuff happening in Alberta, Canada, Germany. Then we go into next month. See them red squares on there, guys? That is World Finals. Oh, we got Lincoln City, Oregon. Lucky's going to head up there, I believe, for that, right, Lucky?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's going to be the makeup date for Surf City. So look for that. Muscle Shoals, that's where we're going to be at in Alabama. That's going to be Friday morning at on the 8th and the 9th. Those will be in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. That's the same place they had the Triple Fest, I believe. So I will be there late Friday night, actually early Saturday morning, and I will be there for the Saturday part of the event. Then I fly back out the very next morning. We'll be in Sacramento on the 16th and 17th. The barbecue will follow the competition day on the 16th. Oh, also at the Sacramento location, we will be doing it live at the same time as 8th Mile Drag. So we're combining with another event there. They're going to be doing drag racing on the track that we're going to be at. So there'll be plenty to see, plenty of stuff to do. At that event, outside of the car audio and competing. Not that you guys are going to want to do or have any time for. So let's go back to the main two people. All right, Lucky. So, yeah, we're about ready to wrap this thing up. Any last thoughts or whatever?
Yes, so I started putting a couple more videos on my YouTube channel. So another thing that I want to do that I used to do a long time ago, every 100 subscribers that I get, I'm going to start doing a giveaway, lots of watts, little package. So I think I need like 35 more subscribers. That'll put me at 1,600. When I hit that, then I'll do a live feed. All you got to do is go to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, watch the most recent video, leave a comment, subscribe. Once I hit the 1,600 mark, I'm going to do a giveaway, do a live one. So don't forget to do that. Make sure you guys share this, even though I share it to most of the groups. Share it to your page, share it to other people's pages, spread the word. We're getting a lot of new competitors, and it's because of this show. People come there, they self-admit they've seen the show, they want to start competing. So the more competitors, the better.
Absolutely, 100%. So one other thing I wanted to hit with you guys is get your membership. Join
Yes.
DB Drag, right? If you guys don't join DB Drag, we lose that. Wow, that's bright. Is that too bright? That's pretty damn bright, huh?
I don't know. I'm pretty bright over here. I don't know.
So, anyway, guys, please join DB Drag. Get a membership. Go to finals. I believe on the West Coast I'm almost 100% sure we're gonna have a 3X at our event. Also, I mean, Wayne and Celise may say no, we're not, and the only reason we couldn't is because the East Coast guys they can't have one there because they have time restrictions that we don't have. We will be able to do our stuff and still get the 3X in, so look for that. Please get your memberships, and like I said, big deal. You guys don't know how hard it is for me to get World Finals over here. I spend a good chunk of the year talking with Wayne and Celise, trying to get World Finals on the West Coast. We already almost lost it once. I want you guys to know and experience it. We got at least one guy coming from back east to compete at both locations. We're gonna send Moses Martinez. So he says, I have no reason to doubt him at this point, but Moses says he's going to hit both locations, which is freaking awesome.
That's dedication right there, man.
That'll be awesome. And then I suspect some of the guys on the East Coast are going to want to come, because to get the world champion ring, you have to win.
That's what you have to do.
You have to win both locations.
Both locations. Yep.
So
that's what I was going to talk about earlier. Yeah.
Yep. You got to have an East Coast ring, then you get a West Coast ring, and you get a champion ring. So, so you gotta win at both locations.
So hold on now. Are they gonna, if they win here, they get a West Coast ring?
Yep.
And then so actually it starts in the East Coast.
Yep.
So if they go there, they'll get an East Coast ring.
Yep.
They come here and they win. They get a West Coast and a world ring. So three rings.
3 rings.
Wow.
So for you and 2 of your homies.
Right.
Because you only care about the world champion ring, right?
Right. So so I thought if you did that, they would just basically, okay, well now you get a world ring, you don't get a West or East.
That's what I thought too, but Wayne says no, we want to do 3 rings.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. That's crazy.
And the cool thing is it's going to show true dedication, right? Because you had to be back east or drive back east.
Yeah.
Compete and win.
It's a straight turnaround trip.
Then
you'd have to go.
Yep.
Turn around, come right back.
Come right back, because Saturday morning, you got to be here to compete.
So start hitting those tip buttons and start tipping, because I'm gonna go.
So other than that, guys, remember, hey, if you like what you see here, please like and share it. Smash that like button, smash those hearts. Give us all the feedback you can. If there's somebody that you want to hear us talk to, a manufacturer, we're really going to focus on manufacturers a little bit for now. But if there's a manufacturer you guys would love to hear us, love to see us talk to, anybody in particular you want to see on the show, let us know. I have the next 3 scheduled, which is awesome. But if there's somebody you guys want me to work on, we'll start getting on there. I'm Moses. I'm working on Scar Audio, just so you know. Just for you, I'm working on Scar Audio. But
hey, so Rick Garcia. I always say Rosa. I haven't seen him in a while. Rick Garcia. But what if West Coast puts up a record? Does West Coast get recognized in World or on Turn Pro?
They get recognized for the world record on Turn Pro.
On Turn Pro,
yes.
Yeah.
Now, they don't get the world championship, but they get recognized as the world record holder.
Right.
So,
okay.
For that distinction.
Ricky Garcia.
Yeah. And, that's Rick. That's his dad.
Yeah.
So, anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. if you can or will or want, like I said, we don't have to. We don't. Uh, what the hell's the wah? Is that him crying? Um,
Yeah.
anyway, we are not putting this thing behind a paywall. If you guys want to tip us and think it's worth paying for, we totally appreciate that. We thank you guys for doing it. Um, we'll continue on doing this. It's going to be free. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on iHeart, Spotify, iTunes. I'll post the links on Sonic FX on Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. We'll have all that stuff available for you. But please like, share, do all that you can to help us grow this thing. And like I said, if you feel that these events that we bring on for you, these podcasts are worth paying for, then, hey, throw us $1. We won't be insulted. Hey,
Right.
we appreciate whatever you guys give us. All right.
Right. Right.
Absolutely do. And once again, please join DB Drag as a member. Go on Turn Pro, join as a member, and let's go to World Finals. My ideal would to see 67 entries at World Finals.
We could do it.
We could do it easy.
We could do it easy. Yep. We could do it easy.
So, guys, get out, get your points. Make sure you have what you need. Remember, you only need 50 points to be top dog or top dog or Cyclone. And if you compete at both the shows this weekend, that's Saturday, Sunday, you get first in both those. That's 40 points by itself. So
Right.
essentially, you just had to go to 2 other 1X shows.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
How
Yep.
long does Extreme Vehicle get in the lanes at finals? Asking for a friend. We're going to decide that there, but we're going to try and set everything up that we are going to try and run everybody through the lanes in less than 2 minutes apiece. So that's going to be the goal, and we're going to do our best to meet that goal. Extreme cars, we understand it takes extra time, but we're not going to give you extra time to look at stuff. You guys can do that while you're standing in line, getting ready to pull into the lanes. You're
Right.
able to, we'll mic you up beforehand. That'll all happen prior to you pulling up to where the judging part or you'll prejudge, and then as you roll into the lane itself, your car will be ready to go. All we have to do is hook up the sensor cable. Everything else should be already done. And so we are, you should have your podium out. You should have your deck ready to turn on. You should have your music in ready to go. All the taping should be done. The only thing you guys should be needing to do on an extreme car is possibly bolt the doors.
Okay. So since we got a couple minutes left, let me spit this out real quick for the new guys. And also for myself, because it's been a long time since this actually came up. Doing Top Dog, and I don't remember if this is the same thing in base race, but I know Top Dog. If you tie once, you just go again. Second time, you go again. Third time, your car off. Fourth time is outside the car, right?
You tie once, car off. You tie twice, yes.
No, I thought.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
Tie once, car off. Tie twice, it's and you go again. Tie twice, it's car off and outside your vehicle. This is base race only.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So Top Dog, I think, is the other way. You tie one.
Top Dog, you just keep going.
Okay, so just base race then. Okay, so everybody's doing base race that's new. Keep that in mind. You have to have a head unit or base knob that's going to reach outside your door shut. You have to be able to close your door and play outside your vehicle if you tie more than one time for base race.
Yep.
So if you guys have any questions, hit me or Doug up on Facebook, comment section, whatever, because that's very important. You don't want to get in a situation where you tie and they say, hey, get out the car, and you can't get out the car. So keep that in mind.
Yep. And for Aaron trying to cause some problems there in the chat, just so you know, we're going to come up with an appropriate time. We'll let you guys know ahead of time what it is. Our goal is to get every car through the lanes in 2 minutes. I know RP, he could easily do it in 5 minutes with the mic already in place and everything ready to go. So he has a great team behind him to help him get everything going and all that. But he will definitely, we will come up with an appropriate amount of time, and we will give that to all of the competitors. So anyway, other than that, are you guys? That's it for me. That's it for Lucky.
Yep.
Once again, like, share, all this stuff will be available on podcast and whatnot. Send us a tip if you think it's worth it. Like I said,
Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you this weekend, Saturday night, Nyman Shop at 6 p.m. start, 8 p.m. brackets. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. start, noon brackets at Nyman Shop also for the 3X. So come get your points and make sure you get your certified score in whatever class you want to compete in. Hey, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next Monday. I'll see most of you guys this weekend out at Nyman's.
Yep.
Later.
See you later.